Dr. Hogan, over the last 6 months, I've sent 3 letters to the department seeking additional information about a $200 million award to Microvast, a company with well-documented ties to the Chinese Communist Party. Yet the department continues to provide only vague details. Recently, both you and Secretary Granholm have testified before other congressional committees that Microvast has yet to receive any money, but they are still in the running to receive this award. Can you confirm that Microvast or any other entity with improper ties to the Chinese Communist Party will not receive any federal funding from the department?
Yes, I can confirm that.
Thank you. Is the department reviewing its processes to ensure that this sort of confusion around the selection and awarding of receipts does not happen again?
We are doing a number of things here. One, you are pointing out that when we do a press release to say that a set of applicants have been selected, that what that does mean is they have been selected for negotiation, and that is our opportunity to really double down on due diligence. And that's not to say we don't do due diligence before the selection. We vet before and we vet after, but that negotiation process is actually an extensive process of its own. Those of you that follow the battery work may note that we said who the selectees were in October of 2022, and we sit here today soon to announce who the actual recipients are that we will have solid contracts with. But as you can see, there's an extensive process that goes on to further vet and nail down many of the details that go with providing this funding to recipients.
I very much appreciate that, Doctor. And in those letters that the committee send out, responding affirmatively and thoroughly would be appreciated too. Dr. Richmond and Dr. Hogan, as you know, the IIJA and the IRA authorize the DOE, isn't that amazing how that works, to establish the Office of Clean Energy Demonstrations and appropriated more than $27 billion to this office. DOE placed the Office of Clean Energy Demonstrations under the authority of the Undersecretary for Infrastructure, but kept most of the department's other demonstration activities and core R&D programs under the authority of the Undersecretary for Science and Innovation. The massive influx of funding for an entirely new office under a siloed management structure raises concerns about DOE's ability to administer and coordinate the demonstration projects appropriately. While robust procedures in place, without robust, I should say, procedures in place to ensure coordination, taxpayers' dollars will be at risk. That's why I joined my colleague on the Energy and Commerce Subcommittee, Chairman Williams, on a letter to the Secretary last week requesting more detailed information on DOE's energy demonstration coordination activities. So, Dr. Richmond, Dr. Hogan, can you each describe the specific process or procedures your offices have developed to ensure that coordination between OCED and the relevant programs across the department, like what metrics, if any, exist for determining adequate coordination between the enterprises? Now's your chance to shine.
Thank you so much. And I'll start and hand it back to Jerry, over to Jerry, and then maybe close at the end, because we coordinate in many ways across what we know as S3, the Office of Infrastructure, and S4, which is the Office of Science and Innovation. We coordinate in long-term strategy. We coordinate in what we need to do around our annual budget cycles and what the challenging problems are. And we coordinate in when we get into the IIJA and IRA. We coordinate provision by provision throughout every phase of the project, from the design phase through the technical review, and selection and negotiation phase. And we will be coordinating when we get to the point of project management, bringing in the technical expertise across the programs, and again, at all those levels. And really, Jerry's been managing a lot of the cross-cutting coordination work, which I'll turn over to Jerry.
Well, Kathleen's right. Maybe you could call us the Undersecretaries 3.5. Because we really are connected, and we have daily meetings. Our staff have daily meetings with each other, and you can imagine that there might be some kind of impedance mismatch between the two because this is a new setup, and my area's been there for a while. But it's not. It's people really understand the mission to be carried out, and so we really are highly coordinated in ways I haven't seen at other agencies. So this siloing just isn't there, and I think it's partly because we're starting up a whole new section, which is and a whole new part of DOE, which is exciting, and it provides an exciting opportunity for people in my team to coordinate with their team with because a lot of the technical expertise is in our area, and we don't want to be making decisions that may not have the technical guts behind it, and that's why we both agree that it's so important to stay connected.
If the chairman will indulge me, I've been here for a while, and my name's not John Dingle, and this is not the famous committee he had, but the magnitude of resources that you've been entrusted with at the department are such, we have a very strong obligation to be very focused in our oversight, because there are going to be other big, bold things we need to do in the near future, and we have to demonstrate success here before we'll be trusted again to make these steps forward. With that, I yield back, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for the indulgence.
Sir.